Go.
Hello, everyone. Good morning. I'm going to talk about how AI is revolutionizing the digital marketing space. I'm sure you're all excited to know about how it's going to change the game, right? So the topic is all about that. In next few minutes, we'll be talking about the common challenges what a digital marketer would face, and then we'll talk about the solutions what we have done at MIQ in this particular space. So, ad tech industry is $700 billion worth business. So this is estimated to reach by 2024. In 2024, we are reaching about, right? So the current problem here is the digital marketer has a huge challenges in terms of identifying where the problems comes from, because humongous of data from the multi-channel, right? So audio, video, display, and the TV, YouTube channels and everything, right? So this poses a significant challenge. The the main element what I want to touch upon here is so how do we tap in that business, right? So this is a substantial business opportunity, right? So for business to tap in, but it comes with a great challenge as well to identify the audience in right place at right time, right? To deliver the most personalized ad. The first challenge being ever-changing consumer needs, right? So it is a rapid challenge to keep track of consumer, where they are, what are their preferences, and what they like or dislike, right? So that's one of the biggest challenge what every digital marketer would encounter this. Second is personalization at scale. So every customer wants to have a more personalized advertisement and it being delivered at the right place at the right time. Say example, if I'm in supermarket, I would like to have more personalized promotions delivered to me, right? So how do we tap into that market? So the next is information overload. Okay, sorry. The information overload, feeling overwhelmed with the excessive information, right? So you have tons and tons of data, so you don't know what to do with the data. How do I build analytics and insights around it? What are the solutions out there? How do I identify the data patterns within it, right? So that's other common challenges are there. Transparency in media spends. While a digital marketer's responsibility is to set up a right campaign and drive the KPIs like impressions, conversions, and everything, right? So the other challenge is where I'm spending my money. Is it really making out for me, for my business or not, right? So that's the other challenge. And late to catch trends. The another bigger challenge is how do I make sure that I tap in my customer or audience in right place, right? So the trends are keep changing, right? Sometimes being slow to adapt marketing plan. So example, if I put myself as a digital marketer, I have to identify where my audience are in right place so that I deliver in right place. So for example, I'm in part of an influencer concert, right? So assume I'm part of a concert. So I need to tap into that market saying that there's millions of users are there. So how do I make more delivered market, right? So if I don't tap into the market, I'll not be able to say, for example, IPL is the best example, right? So I need to make use of the trend to say that where customers are following, what brands they are following, right? So that's the other problem. Another biggest challenge in 2023 and beyond is personalization with privacy, right? So marketers aim to deliver more personalized ad, right? Giving more rich experience to customer to touch, right? At the same time, users are increasingly worried, right? Usage of personal data. So striking that balance, right? It's a crucial step to build a trust. So therefore, your informations are secured and everything. So how did we solve all these problems? These are the common problems in the industry, right? So in the digital marketing industry mainly. So how did we solve these problems within MIQ? Right, so using a technology like ChatGPT, Llama 2, or Hugging Face, using our Databricks and data lakes and platform, right? So I'm going to talk about some of the real use cases, but probably I will not explain which customer is all about, but I can explain on that part. So considering the problem statement, right, so what we had, right, so one of the biggest challenges is understanding fast change. We saw that data are everywhere. We are trying to identify what is all about it. Understanding faster change, right? I'll give a simple example. If we know EV market is quite popular and rapidly picking up in India and across the globe, right? So take an example. An automaker comes and says that, hey, I want to sell 100,000 units of EV car in India, right? So across India, 1.4 billion people, right? 500 million people are in online world. So how do you track it and identify who are your audience? Where are they, right? How do we target them in the right place? This is a quite challenge, right? And again, it's a billion-dollar business here. We have tried to solve this problem, again, using LLM technologies, mechanism framework. So how did we do that? This is, if I have to put in a very simple term, this is called audience segmentation. Who are my audience buyer? Where are they, right? So, you know, every quarter there is a lot of car releases. Recently you would have seen Bharat Mobility. There's hundreds of cars have released. Prior to that, Auto India, right? There are so much of new cars are getting launched, but you need to still find who are your intended audience, who is interested to buy your car, who's intent to buy a car next 3 to 6 months. So this is basically about audience segmentation, right? So with AI, we were able to identify that who are your audiences, reading through tons and tons of your data, identifying who are your customers who's going to buy the car in next 3 months, or who are interested to buy immediately, right? Imagine if it is not there, AI is not there, right? It is hundreds and tons of data. Example, imagine millions of rows, put it in Excel and trying to slice and dice, right? It's humongous task. So that's where AI comes into rescue. We have used AI to solve this problem, to identify audience segmentations and trying to target those customers. The second use case, what we want to touch upon is turning confusion into insights, right? So you have a rapid flow of data to your environment, right? Your cloud infrastructure. Now, how do you translate the data, the confusion, into more insights, right? So AI is really able to understand your data patterns, understand what the insights is all about. These are the guys who are intended to buy your car, right? That helps us to guide business to improve their impact, right, on marketing efficiency. And the third one is on dynamic optimization. So as a digital marketer, one of the biggest challenges is that how do you spend your money? Because money matters the most. When you set up a campaign targeting in a Google or in a Facebook or in Amazon or in Microsoft, right? In that case, we spend $1 for everything. An average a transaction per day is 1 million transaction happens. It's $1 billion worth business. Now, the efficiency of your digital marketer is how do you burn your cash very well, at the same time drive a KPI. Say how many impressions you're targeted, aim for it, and how much you're targeted, right? So AI can simply help, right? AI can understand your pattern, trying to understand, okay, this is the prime time where more users are in Facebook or in the social media, trying to identify what's the best bid for that particular time zone, right? So, or prime time. So that's where dynamic optimization we have done. It's something called a mechanism called bid optimization, in a simple term, where we try to understand what is the current bid going on there. So what's the best bid we should target for our audience to do that, right? So that's the other one. And making ad feel safe, right? So another bigger concern is personalization is very important, at the same time privacy, right? So how do I identify, I mean, in the online world, customers are different, audiences are different type. They feel different, they personalize different, their experience is different, everything. So these are different groups of people. How do you create an ad which solves all this different set of group, right? So using AI, you can create marketing ads or more creative ads for a different group of people living in the online. So we have not tried it out, but this is another exploration phase we have. And last but not least, staying trendy and quick, right? So if you don't catch the trend, right, you are lost. Your opportunity to tap in your customers are literally lost. So how do you make sure that you are staying trendy? So one of the biggest tasks of a digital marketer is about trying to identify what is exactly environment is happening, right? So if an FIFA World Cup is coming, right? So we need to make use of the FIFA, the atmosphere, trying to make sure, okay, brands comes and says that I want to sell my T-shirt. Adidas coming in to sell my boots, right? So how do you make use of that event? And keeping track of the trend, right? That's the biggest challenge. So with AI, what I try to summarize is, with the AI, we are able to do these things at a pace, at a speed, at a scale as well. Take an example of 1.4 billion people. Every day there is marketing campaign. Every day you are seeing ads in your machines, right? So if you open up your smartphone, you will see a lot of Google ads coming in. If you open up YouTube, you will see a lot of ads, right? These are all more personalized ads. You are being tracked, right? Your informations are being shared, and a company like MIQ buying those data, trying to analyze and understand these are your interests, these are your intent. Therefore, you are being tracked wherever you are in the online world. That's what we try to do. And yes, this is exciting one. I mean, I want to touch upon this. This is a new field, right? So programmatic advertising is more interesting in terms of on targeting customer, and we use AI for all these use case. And generative AI is also there. Something like we build something like a campaign setup, right? So as a digital marketer, you have to set up a campaign, right? So how do you target your customer? What are your segments, where they are, which geography they are in, which postcode they are in, right? So we have used generative AI, very specifically generative AI, to set up your campaign end to end about the goals driving, KPI driving, a target and everything, and provide those insights to our digital marketers, so therefore they can run it in any of the DSP platform like in Amazon, Facebook, and everything. That's all I have. Any questions?
That was really insightful. Thank you so much for that. One question from the audience.
Hi, thanks for the session. So I am from media. So we are been in the industry for the last 12 years. So we do campaigns for multiple brands, even IPL we do campaigns. So the one of the biggest challenges currently facing the media planning. Even though we capture the campaign requirement from the client, demographic and audience segment and their product requirement. So the collective information, what is the right plan, media plan is required for that particular client. So as of now, this is happening based on the data, based on competitor spend, AdX, GWI, multiple sources are there. But how AI can enable this better? Yep. So that's the question. Thank you.
Thank you. So in traditional approach, right, the digital marketer would use the historical data to identify and say, this is the pattern for this particular, say, for example, IPL. Who are my targets? Where are they come from? Where geography, right? So now with AI, we have two things. One is something called identity spine, right? Identity spine is about integrating your data set with multiple user inputs. Say, for example, your Facebook information, or your Google's information, or your CRM data. We were able to identify a graph to say that what is the demography of this user, where they come from, what are their interests. Take as a graph model, right? Literally a graph model, trying to identify the audience insight using multiple inputs. Try to create a pattern, right? So as you are from media, right, you know IAB taxonomy, right? Apply your IAB taxonomy to say, who are my fitness freak? So with your data sets, you will be able to identify and say, well, these are the fitness freaks where I could able to identify and track with cookie or cookieless, right? So with this is what I would try to suggest.
Thank you. Thank you.